Hey, everybody. Today, I have the great pleasure of interviewing the newly crowned Ms. Achievement World 2022, Stayc Simpson. So I'm just waiting for her to enter the chat room. And I think she's coming in already. Hey.
Hello.
I can't see you.
All right, now you can.
Okay, isn't this funny? Okay, so I made the banner that says 2021 early this morning. And then when you told me just now via Facebook that it's your 2022 title holder, I immediately changed the banner and now you can see the correction, correct?
Yes, it looks fantastic. You're so awesome. I love you. Oh
You
my
like it?
gosh. Yeah, it looks awesome. Thank you, my love. I'm like, is it all
Okay,
right?
no
You can't
problem.
really see the
Um,
crown.
yeah, it's fine. You know what? We're all matching. Your dress is blue. My shirt is blue. Your crown has blue
Blue
stones,
stones,
and the
look at
background
it.
of the banner is blue.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And audience, this was not planned.
No,
Okay,
not at all. I was
the
like,
color scheme
it
was
it
not
was
planned
kismet.
at all. It was kismet. It was definitely. It was meant to be. You know what I mean? So listen, how are you feeling to be the newly crowned Ms. Achievement World 2022? Tell me, tell me.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I did not sleep for 5 days. Like I couldn't sleep, everything trying to plan the things that we were going to be doing. My sister queen Anna Carey, who is Ms. Achievement USA. We've been up for 5, 6, 7 hours at night, trying to figure out what we're going to be able to
Really?
do. Yeah, it's been crazy. Like, and it's been
Wow.
this amazing sisterhood. So, but honestly, I got the crown and I slept with it. Like, I really legit slept with it. So, I
You
know
know what?
everybody takes the picture, but I
I think it's a
did.
tradition.
Yeah, it's a
But you know
tradition.
what? It's funny because I think that's a new tradition, right? Like every time a new queen is crowned, she gets to sleep with a crown on her head and then her sash, of course. I don't know who started that tradition, but I like it. I really
It
like it.
started in
You know,
Texas. It started in
I can literally.
Texas.
Okay, it started in Texas,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so we can actually we can actually co-author a book, like a coffee table of all the pictures of queens sleeping in bed with their crowns on their head
Okay.
and their sash across their chest. I think that would be a wonderful book. Yeah, just like that.
Actually,
You know.
that would be a great
So
book.
anyway, I think it would be too. I think it's a wonderful idea. Listen, so to those who are not familiar with you, and of course also with the title that you're carrying, tell us a little about. I follow you. You work for pageantry now as well as VIP Pageantry. You've held many beauty queen titles, but what to those of you who to those people out there who are not familiar with you, who is Stayc?
All right, so I am Stayc Simpson. I think most people know me from pageantry now, like you said, which is I started. I'm the CEO of it. I'm also the CEO of Imagination, which is a gymnastics program, which has nothing to do with my pageant world. But I have been in the pageant industry for 40 years. I started competing when I was 15. I just turned 55.
Wow.
And actually, my first pageant was when I was 16. But I started modeling before that, and I've judged, I've directed, I have hosted, I have produced. Oh my gosh, it's like so crazy to think of being able to wear pretty much every. I've done choreography, like I've done a little bit of everything, and really pageantry has been that amazing thing that's really helped change my life, because I am a 3-time cancer survivor, which is what most people hear about from my personal life, but I also have Asperger's, and pageantry allowed me to be able to learn how to speak and have conversations with people and learn how to be, confident on stage and being able to speak publicly. And everyone always says there's no way you've got Asperger's. I'm like, trust me, I take a test like every 6 months and I'm like, yep, still have Asperger's. Darn it. Like, I'm not going to have it anymore. I don't know. And honestly, it's just about trying to bring positivity to pageantry and being able to highlight the amazing things that people are doing using a crown and a sash to change their world, and they don't get enough recognition about. And I wear a sash to be able to hopefully share my story and inspire somebody else that might hear it. So there you go. That's me.
So you're basically a woman of many hats. You have
Yes.
different, yeah, you're actually, well, the title reflects your own personality. I mean, you're a very highly achieved woman. Um, but to those people, by the way, who have never heard of that title, of that pageant, tell us a little bit more about that pageant, its platform. How was it founded? Who founded it? And what is its purpose?
Absolutely. So our director is Diana Lawrence, who has been in pageantry for many, many years as well. Actually, she's the queen that I first saw that inspired me to come back to pageantry. And she's been what I say is my role model for years. Many, many years ago, she competed in a system and became the queen for American Achievement, which later on went on to become a live pageant. And this system, she actually spoke to the original director and said, I would like to bring this system back because achievement really opened doors for me. It really enabled me to become the woman that I am now. And the director said, sure, let's sell you the trademarks. And so Achievement World came 2 years ago. So I'm the second queen, but it really is part of a legacy. And I won't mention the system that's live now, but it is a legacy that's been around since 2003. So, and then previous to that with American Achievement and then Achievement World. So this is my dream title. Like this is my dream title. This is, I cried. And if anybody watched the video, if you haven't watched the video, like I was not faking it. I legitimately was crying because this is the title that I had a dream about winning. Like I came back to pageantry because I had seen a story about Diana and I said, oh my gosh, this is my in. I can share my story. And it's not about the size that I am. It's not about, who I am or like just the way I look, any of that stuff. It's about who I am inside. And so the areas of competition are 50% interview, and it's panel interview. We had some of the best people in pageantry. Like I was stunned when I saw the panel because I was like, oh my gosh, like these are people, like I get goosebumps because these are people that I've known in the industry for years. So that also was a little anxiety for me because I was like, oh my gosh, I got to be on my best game. So 50% panel interview, it was done virtually. Then it is 10% field presentation, and field presentation is where you discuss about your job and your profession and why did you choose this profession and why is it important to you. And that's a 5-minute video that you have to present. 30% is evening gown, and this time we were virtual as well. So evening gown was 30 seconds max. You have to come out, walk, and present yourself, say your name and your title, and you get judged on both. So it's not just your walk, it's also on how well you speak. And then 10% photogenic. And they're really looking for someone that is natural, not overtouched. They want, pictures that are going to essentially what you would have if you were, in a professional bio type of thing. So, and I love that. I love that it is about the things that you do and who you are. And so for me, that really, I think all pageants are like that, but we don't always highlight it that way. I mean, and you and I have been around the block several times. We've been at Miss Universe together. So like, we know, yes, it is. And I know you are about the glamour. You are absolutely, that's the thing that you love.
We are what they call old people.
I'm old. Yeah. I old school too. Like because I love the glam. I love the glam, but like, I also feel that, and we've talked about it before, like just pageants are changing, and I know you're like, no man, let me just see the most beautiful woman and let them be out there and doing their thing. And I'm always like, oh, let me hear about her, because I really want to feel her too. So and I think that's important, that we have a balance. I think we make the perfect pageant candidate between our 2 points of views.
Well, I think so, because it's funny you mentioned that, because when I was much younger, especially when I was in my teens up to my mid 20s, I was um, following strictly beauty pageants. I didn't care whether a contestant had any talent. I didn't care if she spoke so well. I didn't care any of those stuff. Literally, I was very superficial. Okay. So I based everything on superficiality, like physical aspect,
Right.
beautiful hair, white, nice white Hollywood smile teeth, nice walk, nice body, preferably 36, 24, 36, and at least 5 feet 7 inches tall. I mean, those were my ideal physical
Yeah.
characteristics for a beauty queen. Of course, age wise as well. If you're above 25, you're over the hill. So I was very specific, with my preferences. But as I grew older, I realized, what? It's everything about my choice was highly superficial. And I don't want to be seen as a superficial person. You know what I mean? And then just like love, we all have different perceptions of love. You can extend that perception also to beauty
Right.
as well. So that's why when I started watching Miss America and I compared with Miss USA, oh, Miss America, they don't necessarily pick the most gorgeous winner, but somebody who has a lot of substance, and that's the key,
Right.
substance, a lot of personality, intelligence, of course, and good communication skills. Of course, they still have the swimsuit competition, but as time went by, I just realized that Miss America is sort of like trying to resemble Miss USA, and Miss USA is also resembling Miss
Miss
America
America.
in a way.
Yeah.
So eventually you have, yeah, Miss America as well. So do you remember the first pageant that you competed in?
The first pageant I competed was Stars of Tomorrow. I was 16 years old. And I
Okay.
was terrified. And I was wearing a peach dress that was the cheapest dress my mom could get, with horrible blue turquoise
Yeah.
eyeshadow, because my mom only wore horrible blue turquoise eyeshadow. My mom passed away in September, and my brother was mortified that she did not have that eyeshadow on. So I did her makeup for her while she was laying in state waiting for people to see her. I was like, I'm seriously not doing this. But yeah, I knew nothing about pageantry. I go back and I look at those pictures, and I was slouching, and I've still placed first runner up. And I was like, how is that possible? But it was really, I guess interview, maybe, I don't know, because it clearly wasn't the walk, and it wasn't the dress, and it definitely was not the glamour. There was none of it there. So and
So,
then and then
so there was no swimsuit competition.
there was a swimsuit competition
There
too.
was a,
So
okay.
yeah. So and at that point, I was curvy, but I was exactly the 36, 24, 36 at that point. So I'm not tall. I'm five. Well, at that point I was 5'5". And so I was never going to be a model, but this was my mom's way of being able to try to help me maybe have
Right.
something happen. And the reason I got into the pageant was because 3 months prior to that, I was the victim of domestic assault. My father attacked me, and I had to have reconstructive surgery to put my face back together. And my mom thought it would be a great way to raise my self-esteem. And it did. I mean, it was that moment that allowed me to hopefully find myself. I think pageantry really directed who I became. But maybe not when I was 16 and still had a scar on my face. But it's all good.
Mhm. Well, I think that's one important aspect of pageantry that a lot of people do not realize, is that it's really not all about beauty. It's really more about how you feel inside, and how to actually make yourself a better person. Because I mean, if you don't do anything with your life, then basically you don't have a purpose in life. And I think
Exactly.
pageantry offers a lot of opportunities for girls, for young women, and even for women, within your age bracket or older, to feel good about themselves inside and out as well. Now, of course, having been in the pageant industry for quite a while, you've made a lot of very good friendships and deep, wonderful, beautiful friendships with a lot of people, including myself.
I love you. Like, I
But
mean, that is my, oh, I'm in trouble.
let me ask you though, to I'm sure you probably have like 3, 4, even more than 5 good best friends. How would they describe Stacy in 3 adjectives? 3 adjectives.
Smart, stubborn, and inspirational. Smart. I mean,
Okay, it's almost like the 3 S's.
Exactly. Oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly it. But I mean, they really like my
SSI.
SSI. Yeah. But it really is about like, I mean, I know. I mean, they always tell me I'm so stubborn. Like my sister-in-law is my best friend, and she constantly is like, "Will you just stop doing that?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I know you don't like it, but that's all right. We'll go do." Or now she just looks at me and goes, "Whatever Stacy wants, let's just do that." So, so that works out. And then
Oh, that's
and I think the most important part of it is being an inspiration. Like um, that that is really why I think I'm on this planet, is to be able to share my story and hopefully give someone else purpose. And my friends all know that that is really the key core of who I am, is being able to share my story so that maybe someone else goes, I can do that. I can overcome whatever it is I'm dealing with. So
exactly.
did I lose you? Sorry.
Exactly. Would you consider yourself as ask you, would you, let's say, would you consider yourself as a foodie? Like, do you like to eat?
I do like to eat. My husband is
Stable,
a
so that's why.
my husband's a classically trained chef. He trained in Austria. So I was not a foodie before I met him though. So did I lose you? I think I lost you.
Well,
Hello.
name 3, I can still see you though.
Okay.
Okay, the connection is not there.
You want to try restarting?
Okay, can you see me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Did you hear my last question? No, no. My question,
What would
connection
I
is
never
bad.
eat?
Sorry, people.
Yeah,
Internet.
I probably
Yeah.
will never eat a lot of the things that I've seen in Korean cooking shows. Like I won't eat eyeballs. I won't eat I have a lot of food allergies, so like I have to be really careful about what I eat too. So I will not eat bugs. Like
Of course. Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of the other like awful, like the awful types of foods. So like your organ foods. But I don't always like them. So and my husband gave me something the other day where I was like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. And he's like, just try it. Because he's always the person
Yeah.
that puts it in front of me, doesn't tell me what it is. It just try it. I don't even remember what it was. And I ate it and I went, oh no, because it's a texture thing for me too. So if I don't like the texture, it's
Right.
just
Yeah.
it doesn't go well. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I know about, yeah, I agree, especially with texture. Like okra. I mean, I like okra, but when you eat it, it has a slimy, like texture when you
Yeah,
swallow it.
yeah,
But it's
exactly. And
good.
yeah. I mean, the tastes are good, but like if it feels like slimy, or if it feels like, yeah, no, and I'm a very
Yeah.
texture sensitive person. So
Now, you seem to be like a very fun girl. What do you like to do for fun?
honestly, I'm super boring when it comes to stuff I like to do for fun. Like I am a
What?
video gamer. Yeah, I'm a video gamer. Like I like to play video games. which is why my husband and I get along, because we're both gamers. I of course I love doing pageants and things like that, but honestly, I don't like to shop. I don't like the girly stuff of pageantry, which I think is so strange. And I really like, I like to sit down and read a book, or more so watch TV now. I like watching movies. And now I'm really into this gardening thing, which I was like, that's so dorky until the pandemic happened. And now I have this amazing garden and I'm into hydroponics. Like, it's so boring. My real life is so boring.
Now, name 3 things that you would never do.
I
Never
will never,
do.
ever go skydiving. Anything that's extreme, I will never ever do. So I will never do I don't like skydiving. I don't like heights. I don't like anything that's a junky thing. And I mean, I'll do like roller coasters and things like that, but I have a heart condition, so like I don't want to do anything that's like kill me in the middle of it just because I'm going ah! So, yeah. You know, no exceptional like crazy sports. Like I won't, go mountain climbing or anything like that. I'm like, no. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, I think that's interesting because, I mean, you know your body better than anybody else. And of course,
Right.
we all have our limitations. And I think that's wise, that you don't do these things. That's wonderful. Now, this is a serious question. Have you ever been a victim of discrimination, prejudice, or bigotry? And if so, how did you handle it, Miss Simpson?
I have many times. When I was younger, because I had Asperger's, I was a little strange, and I didn't have any friends growing up. People really thought I was the weirdo. And I got to be honest, I was pretty strange. I'm not going to tell you I wasn't. But then as I got older, as an adult, in pageantry, I hate saying it, but the reason that I started doing achievement pageants was because I was told I wasn't thin enough to do a regular Mrs. pageant, and I was not plus size enough to do a plus size pageant. And hearing that feedback was really frustrating, because I was like, wait, you're telling me I'm somewhere in the middle and I'm not good enough for either one. And then I have had some really significant bullies with respect to pageantry now. People that were not kind, that have attacked me on multiple occasions, and have even gone to some of the highest people in the Miss Universe organization to try to discredit me. And I just keep doing me. Like I understand that people are bullying me or discriminating against me because they don't understand what they're missing out on. I know that sounds really cocky, but I think I'm such a cool person, and I feel like they're missing out. In the beginning, it really hurt me, and I was very, very lonely as a child and as a teenager. But the more that I grew into what a different person I was and how I started to appreciate myself, then I started to really give myself, you know, more, yeah, I can do this. And I think that shows in the things that I do. So, you know, I just don't let anybody bully me anymore. Like, it's just not worth it. So I just kind of wipe it off and go, okay, that's good. I mean, even like my dad and I still talk, but the only thing the only person that me being upset about with that is hurting me. It's not hurting him. He doesn't care. So, wipe it away and move on and try to be the stronger person and show them you're better than that.
This isn't from anyone,
Yeah.
So
Did I lose you again?
that's good. Okay, I think the internet connection.
It's not playing well right now. I don't know why. Oops. Hi. Is that better?
Okay. Yeah, much better. Okay.
Yay!
Yay! As I
Yay!
was saying, okay, so if anyone who really wants to live a very positive life, then that person really has to do anything in their power to cast out all types of negativity
Yeah.
or harsh criticism from anybody, who hates you, because life is too short. You are the master of your own destiny, and
Amen.
you're the queen, obviously, of your life, and therefore it's really up to you, to delete and to cancel all types of negativity from your kingdom.
My queendom is all mine. Thank you very much.
Your
And
queendom, sorry.
and your queendom too. But it really, it is all about just trying to. I mean, I have gotten a shorter and shorter fuse with what I will allow people to say and do before I go, okay, we're done. Thank you. Have a great day. Um, it used to be a lot longer, and I used to carry it. My husband will tell me, stop listening to your mom in your head. And so now I try not to listen to my mom's voice and just be like, nope, I don't need that. And honestly, the pandemic really helped with that too, because it really enabled me to kind of go, these are the people that I want to align myself with. This is what I want to be. So, um, it's important to find yourself at
Good.
55.
uh, do you have any fears? Are you scared of anything?
Always. I will be honest, I am now terrified of my defibrillator going off. It is a real honest fear, and because mine went off one time only, and that was 2 minutes before showtime at Miss USA 2019, and I was interviewing Paula Shugart when it went off.
Oh dear. Oh dear. How did
So
you
it
handle
was
it
on
then?
television. I actually, it started to beep, and I looked at Paula and I'm like, because Fox was interviewing Kaylee Garris right next to me. So this was on national TV. And I was like, hold on, Paula, my defibrillator is going off. 1 second. I just felt this thing beeping. And I stepped back and I got the shock, and I fell down the half wall that was behind me. And then I was surrounded by the MUR guards, the security team, just made this block around me. And the next thing I
Mhm.
knew, at that point, it was Jackie. Jackie was in charge of PR, and she immediately was next to me holding me, and she's like, everything's gonna be okay. We've got the EMTs. The Miss Universe EMTs came from backstage. Everybody was so phenomenally wonderful, and all I kept saying was, please move me out of the theater. I do not want this to be on national TV. Just let me scoot on my butt to get out of here so the show goes on and I am not part of it. I ended up having emergency heart surgery in Reno that 2 days later. There wasn't anything wrong. It was just that I was not doing good self-care, and it went off because my potassium was low, but they had to check me because it had gone off.
Right.
And the staff at the hospital, the Miss Universe organization, had sent me flowers. They were wonderful. And then I ended up making it in time for finals so that I could see the new queen, Ms. Chesley. So that was pretty awesome. So, and
Well,
I'm pretty cool.
that would
That's,
really, really scare the hell out of me.
yeah, it was pretty terrifying. I mean, I'm afraid of dying. I think everybody is, but I'm much more settled in it. Oh, and I have this irrational fear of snakes. I have lizards all over my yard because we live in South Florida, and I talk to the lizards on a daily basis. But if a snake were to show up in the backyard, I wouldn't go back out in the backyard for a week. So I don't even know what that is. So
Really?
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know. It's
okay.
totally irrational. So
Interesting. Now, um, do you think that our culture is too preoccupied with beauty, at least with physical beauty? And if so, how do you think we could change that?
I think it is. I think the thing that I'm most concerned about right now is that 6 and 7 year old girls are starting to have body image issues and not and suffering from
Mm.
body dysmorphia. And I think that originally it started off with just the images they were seeing on TV and in magazines, but now with social media and being able to perfect everything, I think we're really having some issues with kids not really seeing, and in women and men not seeing themselves as they really are. Everything has to be done with a filter, and everything has to be
Mhm.
retouched. And I really think that we need to find a way to be able to start a campaign about being real, about being who you are. I know there've been several out there that I have participated in, even with pageant girls, where, you know, for one day you take off your makeup and let people see who you really are without the smoke and mirrors. And I'm
Right.
really grateful that Diana lets me do lives without having my makeup and my hair done. And I remember the first time I did one last week, and then I panicked and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's in my contract that I have to be pageant ready. And I messaged her and she goes, no, be you. That's why you won. We want that. So having more people that are brave enough to come out and say, you know, this is me. I mean, that's the song that I always think of, is like, this is who I am, and I have my flaws and I'm not perfect, but the thing that makes me perfect is that I'm not perfect. My imperfections are what make me perfect. There's nobody else like me. So we need to teach our society that, you know, beauty is only here. It should be from here, I think. So I know you like glamour.
Well, you know, of course, natural beauty is fine, but natural beauty does not mean that you have to appear in public, you know, with facial hair, or with, you know, with tattoos that is not covered, or curlers in your head. I mean, to me, that's revolting. Okay, so nothing wrong with being a natural beauty, but there are certain instances where you really have to fix yourself before allowing yourself to be seen in camera or pictures. It's just common sense. Okay, so if you want to be natural, bravo, good for you. No, nothing wrong with that. Now, this is a question that I ask everybody who appear in my show. If there were no rules, Stacey, in your life for one day, and you could be totally outrageous, darling, what would you do? I want to hear your response compared to the others.
You know, I have so many things I would do, but honestly, it's so stupid. I would really love to see everybody just get along. Like, I don't want to say the tacky thing that people say, world peace, but I really dislike the hate that we have in the world. And even if just for one day we could stop all of that hate and find a way to be able to communicate and see each other as we can be, that would be the one thing that I would want to be able to do just for one day. Like, if it was magic power and I could just be like, hey, let's all just kumbaya together. Let's all just kumbaya together. Because, you know, we need to have some more working together to make the world a better place, I think. So I love the fact that we're diverse, but I just feel like and so again, the internet has brought us together in so many amazing ways, but the internet has torn us apart as well. And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just, if I could just do anything, that would be it. I would take the moment and be like, everybody just boom, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Okay, sorry.
Be happy. Now, of course, we've all had our shares of embarrassing moments. What is your most embarrassing moment? Have you had any?
Besides my defibrillator going off on national TV.
Well,
yes.
That's more like an accident. That's really not embarrassing. It could happen to anyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my first national pageant, I totally Sandra Bullocked and face planted on stage. Ironically, that is where I met Diana Lawrence.
Serious?
Diana Lawrence was the MC, and it was hysterical because she went, and she's down, and she's back up. And I still placed. So I think that was pretty good. Yeah, I am terrified of someone finding the video of it. I know it's out there somewhere, but I do not have it. So I'm kind of hoping it stays hidden. Although I do know that a couple of my fans have found old footage of me at Florida Teen USA. I mean, like, people have found me like from years and years ago. So
please, somebody should post it. I want to see it.
yeah. Well, I want to see it. I'll show you the Florida Teen ones later on. It's out there.
I would love to make memes out of them.
Well, okay. The worst meme that I have is an interview with me and Aaron Brady. And whomever put up the video in the 5-minute interview that Aaron and I had, she and I collectively said 62 times.
Oh dear. one of those filler expressions.
And the worst part, she was Miss USA. I was interviewing her way after she had been Miss USA, and I know the video has been taken down, but it was one of those moments where we were, and then it was like, there, I did it again. So yes, so that one was kind of embarrassing too.
That's too funny. Now, if you could be great at one thing, what would it be and why? I mean, you're already great, but if you could be greater at one thing, what would it be?
I would want to, I'm torn between just being a really good human being and being able to just make sure that I don't go into that ugly place, or just being even more inspirational. Like, I think at the end of the day, like we need people that we can look up to. And I really, really want to be broader with that. I want people to hear the story, and I really want it to set with them. So I'd be a good positive role model, and be a good person. Like, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that I'm always good, because I think we all get a little catty.
This is not true. Right, exactly.
But we all do. Like, we all do. It's just to what extent. So yeah, and I don't like that side of my brain. I don't like that person. So
what would you do if you were the opposite sex for a month? Put yourself in Michael's position.
Standing up. I just think that is so cool. I know that is so not, people are like,
ingenious, right?
God, and it's like, yes, I am so jealous of that. One day we were on the road, and we were stuck in traffic. It was when we were leaving from Hurricane Irma. We'd been on the road for 24 hours. And I was like, I have got to go to the bathroom. And he's like, well, just get out of the car. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
So, yeah,
as long as it doesn't dribble. As long as it doesn't dribble.
It goes into your toes. It's just not okay. Like, that is just not a feeling. No. I'm sorry, Diana, but it's true.
Next question. What is something that you have never told anyone, even your husband?
That I have never told anyone.
And you're willing to tell the whole world now?
I am willing to tell the whole world now. I, as a kid, did not sleep at night. I mean, I don't sleep now, so it's not surprising. But I used to talk to the walls. Like, I used to, like, I know I've told the story that I thought I was a Jackson, and I would pretend that I was one of the Jackson sisters, at Jackson 5, Michael Jackson.
Right.
Which I could have been Janet. Janet's 15 days older than me. Yeah. So, like, we are biologically 15 days apart.
Yeah.
But I really, like, I used to sit, I don't know if they were ghosts or whatever, but I talked to things. So, like, I know it sounds crazy, but my sister died before I was born. But my sister died before I was born. And I was named after her. Her name was Tracy. I'm Stacy. And I swear that I saw her when I was a little kid. Like, I swear I saw her. And my dad just goes, I woke up and, like, I was screaming, and I was like, Dad, she's here. And my dad was like, what do you mean? I'm like, she's here. My sister is right there. And my dad was like, go to sleep. No. So, that's kind of weird, but it's true. I mean, that's
something you have accomplished as an adult that your younger self would be proud of?
Everything that I have done in the last 20 years. I think my younger self would be stunned that I have done. I don't think that I ever envisioned in my wildest, craziest dreams that I would ever be speaking on national TV or international TV, or having opportunities to be a representative for major corporations, or even having my own corporation. I mean, I was pretty entrepreneurial as a kid. Like I I shoveled snow and I babysat and I did all these amazing things. But I really think my younger self would be like, really? You grew up and did that? Are you out of your mind? Like, what were you thinking? That's out in the public, talking to people and being part of their world. And
Right.
I just think I'm such a badass. Like, I'm so proud of what I've become.
That's wonderful. Now, here's another interesting question, Miss Stacy. What would, let's say, a world populated by clones of you be like?
We would be freaking happy all the time. Like if
Imagine
it were
little
me,
Stacys all over the world.
everywhere. We'd just be partying. Like
Spain?
I really think it. Yeah, no, I'm like that bubble blowing, happy, singing, joyful, playing all the time. Like my kid self is like amazing. I love her, and so if there were a bunch of me, I would probably be run by that energy, because that energy is super. I mean, I'm pretty hyper right now, but this is after being hit by a truck 10 years ago, like riding my bicycle. So imagine me more hyper than I am now, more positive than I am now. That's, yeah. So I think it'd be fun.
Wow. Okay. Now, in the past, people were buried with the items that they would need in the afterlife. What would you want buried with you so you could use it in the afterlife?
I thought about this for a minute, and the first thing that came to my mind was the Mod Miss Universe crown, because I have held that baby.
Ooh, okay,
and
we all want that crown, that's for sure.
And I have held it in my hands. I know what that crown feels like. I have, for 1 minute, I was Miss Universe.
Now, how much does it cost? Was it like
$5 million? $5 million.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's probably the most expensive. Yeah,
it's definitely up there. But it wasn't even about the cost of it. It was just what it represents. Because to me, for that moment, I was Miss Universe, and that was the goal when I was a teenager. I said I want to be one of these women, and to be now working with the organization and having all of these moments, and the empowerment that it comes with, and the ability to be able to influence people. I think I want to influence people in the afterlife. Like, I want to be that woman. Like, I want to be able to stand up and be, why not be Cleopatra in the afterlife? I can do it. Let's do it. Come on.
exactly. Hey, nothing is impossible if you put your mind and heart into it. That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Now, we all live in a very judgmental society. How do you judge a person yourself?
I go by the heart light. Like, I can feel them. And I'm wrong a lot of times. Like, I always go in with understanding that somebody has the best of intentions. But and at first glance, I always go with best of intentions, even if it's somebody that doesn't look like they would be somebody that I could trust. And I let them prove me right or wrong. But I really believe in the best in humanity. And so I try to go with that feeling that maybe that even if it's like somebody that's homeless, like I'm one of those people that will walk up to somebody and just have a conversation, because maybe at that moment they are just having a bad moment, but maybe they need someone that can be kind to them. So I really judge people based on how, like, this part of them, not how they look. And I try not to be judgmental, but it happens. Like, my sister-in-law will tell you I talk to everybody.
Well, don't talk to, I don't know, if I see somebody who's very suspicious, I avoid that person altogether. I mean, it's nice to be able to talk to somebody, but get real, okay? There's certain people that you need to avoid, okay, at all costs. Now,
I mean, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What makes you mad?
Oh, there's a lot of things that make me mad. Bigotry, racism, discrimination, the things that we were talking about earlier. I really despise ugly people, and I despise not physically ugly, but there are people out there that will
Attitude.
use you for everything that you are worth, and then drop you like a wet rag when they're done with you. And I really,
Can you
that
name
makes
names?
me furious.
Can you name
No,
names?
I can. I can, but I won't.
Well, email me then.
Um,
Email me those names so we'll expose them.
I will. We've talked about but like
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I try not to be mean, because like then I'm not, I'm falling to their low. So I always say, let's go high. We'll go high. I love that quote from Michelle
Right.
Obama, because I really feel like if we can be the better people, then that's okay. So.
Now, if you were to run for a political office someday, what would your slogan be?
Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Like
What?
donkey in the back in Shrek, where he goes, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me.
That would be a political slogan.
Yeah, I because
Whatever.
I've run for office before. I almost won.
Oh, you
I
have.
lost by, yeah, I lost by 62 votes, so that's pretty tight. Um,
You
I
did not
just
demand a recount.
No, and it was probably a
Yeah,
good thing,
it wasn't
because
worth it.
I ended up moving, so it really was not. My life changed at that point, so it was not meant to be anyways. And Mike, my husband, has run for office as well, and got 62 votes. So apparently that threw off. He didn't come close to winning. But he got the 62 votes that I was missing. So I guess that's our universe equaling it out. But we both found that we are much more effectual being behind the scenes, and really being people of change from behind. You know, whomever is in charge, whoever our governmental leaders are. And so we've worked really, really hard with the man that won my husband's position for commissioner for the city of Miami to help support him. So we've done a lot of projects and fundraisers, and have been very active with him, trying to be able to help, because we feel that like our voices are stronger as a community, because we can bring people together. Sometimes it's not easy to be governmental, because then you have to be politically
Right.
correct too. So
Yeah. Yeah. That is so true. That's absolutely true. Now, what is something you really resent paying for? Like a buyer's remorse. How many?
Oh, buyer's remorse. Oh gosh, hair extensions.
Yeah. Like I mean,
I
I do it sometimes. Sometimes I suffer from buyer's impulse. When I see something that's really nice, I really don't care about the price. I get it, but when I come back home, I feel guilty. Why did I buy this thing? I really don't need it after all. But I can't return it anymore. So,
Yeah, no,
so what
I
do I do?
definitely have like a lot of beauty things that I get them, and I'm just like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I do that? Extensions are the one I'm going through right now, because I'm going through chemo, so my hair is falling out. So I'm trying to decide whether it's even worth it. And then I put them in, and they just slide down. I'm like, well, what? That was stupid. I just totally used that and blew that money. And then everybody just laughs at me. I'm like, okay. And then we move on. So my friends are like, why do you even bother? I'm like, I don't know.
Last question, Miss Stacy. What
Oh
brings
no.
you the most joy in life?
My little family. So my husband Mike is like the best gift I ever received. He is the most amazing individual. And we have 2 dogs, so we have fur babies. We can't have biological children. And so having them, and then my sister-in-law, my in-laws are amazing people. They become like my family. And then I have a couple of chosen families, so people that are my friends that I choose to be my family, because my biological family is not so fantastic. And they keep me grounded, they keep me happy, they keep me realizing that I'm loved and that I'm special. And that is the most magical feeling, because I went most of my life without that feeling. So it took 45 years before I found people that understood what it was that I was. So my husband is fantastic. So I love him.
I don't believe I've met your husband. Have I? I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think he's been,
Yeah.
because every time that he usually is working. He's usually running the business when I'm off gallivanting around at Miss Universe and Miss USA.
Right.
And so he's been a couple of times to Miss Universe, but I don't think you and I ran into each other. Like, we weren't hanging out when we were together. So, I mean, you've met him on screen, but I don't think you've met him like in person.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Virtually. Yeah. Seems like a nice guy. Do you like to play games, Miss Stacy? Because I do.
I do. I like to play. That's the other thing. We play board. Well, we don't play board games as much.
First game is called This or That. You know this game very well. Okay. I mentioned two things and you choose your preference. Mineral water or tap water?
Tap water. Always.
Okay. Ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Oh, ice cream all the way.
One-piece swimsuit or bikini?
Depends on the day and the designer, but right now mostly bikinis. So.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Again, depends on the day, but I'm going to lean towards tea most often. So yeah.
Okay. A foot massage or a hand massage?
Hand massage. I hate people touching my feet.
Why? What's wrong with your feet?
Hate nothing, but I'm very tactile. Like, that's one of my issues with the Asperger's, is I have a tactile integration issue. I've kicked people that have given me a pedicure, like kicked them in the face. So yeah, because I'm super, super sensitive. So I have to warn whoever touches my feet when I get a pedicure to please not touch certain parts of it, because I'm sorry. I'm so
You just react to it.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Maybe you were a horse in another life. You know what I mean?
Maybe. It's possible. My feet are super, super sensitive. Like, I just am like it. The first time I had a pedicure was 5 years ago, and it took everything for my sister-in-law to get me to go get it done. I was like, okay.
Spring or summer?
Okay, I live in Miami. Summer is summer all year round. So I'm going to go with spring, because it's not as hot, but it's still hot. Like, it's pretty. Like, if you go everywhere else in the world, spring is beautiful. So I love spring.
Yeah.
So
Yes, spring to me is my favorite season as well. Now, money or love, Stace?
Love, straight ahead. Love. I will give up my money for real, true love always.
Okay, I know you don't like extreme sports, but you have to choose one. Skydiving or bungee jumping?
Probably skydiving, because it won't jerk my spine. I have 20 damaged vertebrae and 20 damaged discs. Skydiving is a glide, and you can do it with somebody else. So that I would do.
Right, that's true. That's true. What is your favorite music?
I like everything, which even country, which I didn't think I would ever say that, but living in Texas kind of let me. But I'm more of like a pop girl. Like, I definitely like, and I really like. Yeah, I like music with stories, like good lyrics, like things that make me feel something. Mm-hmm. So like, I have a whole pageant playlist that's all about raising you up and making you feel good about yourself. So
wonderful. What is your favorite wild animal?
Like, wow. All right, wild animal. I every time I think of the Lion King, and that makes me cry. Just hearing the Lion King. But if it were like a wild animal in my backyard, like I literally have daily conversations with the lizards, and I know they all look different, and I know which ones they are. I know which ones, which is crazy. And frogs. Like, I do really like frogs. That's a pageantry now question, but if anybody wants to know, I really like frogs. So there you go.
Okay. So frogs is your favorite wild animal. Good. What is your favorite fashion accessory?
Fashion accessory. I know that it's really not a fashion accessory, but I cannot live without my Apple Watch. It literally has kept me alive. At the beginning of COVID,
it looks fashionable enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I keep it so it's got sparkles on it and
it does
stuff.
Look fashionable. I like it.
Yeah.
So, it's bejeweled. Yeah.
Exactly. I made it so it had bling. So, but it really, it helps me keep track of my heart rate. It keeps track of, I can do an EKG on it. And it really, it saved my life more than once. So I can't live without it. Cannot.
Who is your favorite relative, Stayc?
My husband, because my real relatives are not so fantastic. But if it was biological, I would say my grandmother. She's passed away, but she was my favorite relative. And then Michael absolutely is my favorite. I mean, he's amazing. He's a great guy.
What is your favorite spice, Stayc?
Oh, I like sugar.
Sugar's not a spice. Is that a spice?
Is that a spice? Sugar. I mean, or like
it's like a condiment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is kind of like, I mean, but then I would say like salt and pepper, because honestly, salt really can change the way something tastes and brings out the flavor and other things. So salt is super, super important. But I like cinnamon and nutmeg too. I do not like cilantro.
Too. Yeah, I love cinnamon. My favorite cinnamon.
So, yeah.
Game number 2. Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actress?
Oh, Stayc. Actress all the way. I don't want to be the person behind the scenes. Like, I'm here. Hello.
You want to be the center of attention. That's it.
So I don't want to be the grown up in charge. That job is not fun.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Would you rather live in the city or live in the country?
If it was where I could have like totally solar, live out in the middle of nowhere in like a place where we were totally like, I would do that, like a little log cabin in the middle of nowhere. I love being around people in the city, but honestly, if I could live in the middle of nowhere, and which I know is so strange because people go, really? I used to dream about having a log cabin out in the middle of, but still have my cell phone all the time. So I guess that's kind of an oxymoron.
Well, so where would you live? In the city or in the country? You didn't say.
Country. Like, I guess I would, if like I could, like, honestly, my thing I keep telling my husband now is let's get an RV and just travel so we can go to the city and the country.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that way I get both. I'm a Gemini, so we need both. Like, yeah, exactly.
Balance.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater?
Underwater. I am all about the ocean. I have a saltwater tank. Like, I go to the ocean often. We live in Miami, so I just am fascinated with undersea. That would be the coolest thing ever. So
good. Would you rather be Sophia Petrillo from the Golden Girls or Andorra from Bewitched?
I believe in the world of magic, so I would be Andorra. Like, if I could just make things happen, I believe that, I believe magic exists. Like, I always look at Simon Cowell, he goes, magic exists. I'm like, it does. So we just have to find out how to make it. And then when
can you make your crown disappear right now?
I don't want to make it disappear. I like it. I'm like, I only have it for 355 more days. I got to work this baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, you might as well wear it every day. You know what I mean? Hey.
It goes with everything, and I have a very nice blue wardrobe. So
would you rather be forced to eat spicy food, only spicy food, or only incredibly bland food?
Only spicy food. Like I
Only
am
spicy
definitely,
food.
I'm a spice girl. Yeah, I like flavor, so it's important.
Good. Would you rather take a vow of celibacy or take a vow of silence?
There's no way I'm ever going to
Celibacy?
be quiet. So it would be celibacy because there's no way I could be silent. I
Good
wouldn't
one.
last 5 minutes.
Would you rather be the manager of a store with bad employees or be one of the bad employees?
I'd rather be the Karen that's making everybody's life miserable.
Good answer.
Okay, that's really
love that
horrible,
one.
but it's true. I would much rather be the Karen.
I know. Yeah. Well, nobody's perfect. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
Golden voice. I love music. Singing is so important to me.
Good, good. Last game, Stacy. Give a wrong answer. Okay, I have 7 questions, and you have to give me a wrong answer for each question. Number 1, Stacy. What is the smallest country in the world?
Brazil.
That is definitely wrong.
China, we're gonna go bigger. India, like but China or Brazil.
Number 2, how many planets are there in our galaxy?
3.
Okay. Stacy, why is the sky blue?
Because someone painted it that way.
Okay. Maybe Leonardo da Vinci painted that way.
I love Leonardo's stuff.
Yeah, me too. The best artist ever. Stacy, show me, how do you eat popcorn?
You put it right here, like everybody else. Hello. I mean, sometimes you can put it up here, but like.
Yeah, I think, yeah, everything except your mouth, all your orifices except your mouth. That's wonderful. I think that's the correct answer. That's good. I agree. Stacy, where do you go to buy Chinese food?
Ecuador.
Okay. All right. That's good. Stacy, when are you getting divorced?
Tomorrow. I don't know. He's number 4. He's number 4. So I'm going to say never. Tomorrow. We'll say tomorrow. So.
Last question, Miss Stacy. What fruit did God forbid Adam and Eve at the Garden of Eden?
Tangerine.
Okay, that sounds good, but wrong. Yeah, okay. we'll take it. Were there even tangerines in the Garden of Eden back then?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to call Adam and Eve and find out. Like, pick up their cells and go back and go, hey, what was going on back then? Mangoes?
Guess, really. Listen, I enjoyed this wonderful chat that we had, and I thank you so much for giving us your time and your energy to grace this interview. And hopefully people out there who are watching the show will realize that, beauty is everywhere, and that beauty is just not focused on the physical aspect, but it goes deeper than that. And I think you exemplify that type of beauty today, with your intelligence, with your warmth, with your silver tongue. And I think we definitely need more pageants like Miss Achievement World or Miss Achievement USA, that focus primarily on women who have accomplished a lot in their lives, and also smart women. Actually, the motto is "Smart is beautiful," correct?
Because smart is beautiful, absolutely. And we actually right now have a campaign going on. So if anybody would like to be part of Because Smart is Beautiful, you can contact Diana Lawrence, my director, at drworldproductions.com. We are actually awarding t-shirts so that you can do a picture just like I did, and put it up on our website and get some recognition for being smart and beautiful, because smart is beautiful.
That's wonderful. And I'm going to put all that information in the description box down below. So now, before I let you go, is there a message that you would like to convey to your followers, to your fans, and to the whole world?
First of all, I am so grateful to all of you. Everyone has been so wonderful and kind, and honestly, through this process in the last 15 days have been so gracious, and I really am grateful. So thank you, Rafa, for being my friend and allowing me this opportunity. To everybody, if you haven't found out about the Ms. Achievement World or Dr. World program, please take a look at it, because it really is about trying to be able to show the amazing things you can do using a crown and a sash. If you're a title holder and you haven't already found out about Pageantry Now, we do interviews like similar to this, where you can come on and share your story and share your why of why you do this crazy thing, pageantry, because it really is bananas. For all the crownies that do follow me and are, I mean, it's bananas, like, right, Rafa? It really is. It's crazy.
Totally.
And I mean, it's a sport, so any sport that you do is not always easy. But to all the people that are my crownies that have been following me for the last several years and following this adventure, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the people that support, and I hope that you will continue to support. And if you haven't, support Rafa. Like, make sure you follow, subscribe to everything that Rafa's got going on with Critical Beauty. Mm-hmm. Hello, thank you. Because we need more people sharing what pageantry really is and showing what pageantry really is. It's not the day you get crowned and the day you crown your successor. There's 364 days between that where you really have an opportunity to make a difference. So, and even if you don't wear a crown, you can make a difference. So please do. Right. And if anybody wants more information, you can find me at drworldproductions.com, or on Facebook at Ms. Achievement World 2022. And then, yes, I know my Instagram is messed up. It's Ms. Achieve with a V meant world, because I changed it. I was so excited to change it. I did it 3:00 in the morning after I'd been crowned, and they won't let me change it for another 14 or 7 days. So I apologize. Yeah.
Because I tried to tag you, but I couldn't find, Ms. Vivement World. So. But now, hopefully it'll be fixed. Silly girl. So
next Sunday, so not this Sunday coming up, it'll be fixed, hopefully. So I just can't believe I did it. But anyways, we're trying to make the change so that it could be found. So.
Wonderful. Well, listen, darling, thank you so much again for gracing our show. And I wish you the best of success in your reign. I'm really, really looking forward to what you can do for the next 360 days or whatever remaining of your reign. I love you. Giving you a virtual hug. Virtual kisses.
I love you. I got a question for you. Are you going to Israel?
I might, but I'll let you know. Are you?
Michael and I have spoken about it, and I just don't know if for my health, if it's safe. Mike keeps telling me, "Are you really going to get on an airplane and travel somewhere?"
Yeah. Well, it also depends. It also depends on the restrictions because of the COVID pandemic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I think Israel, France, and Spain are one of those few countries that might require mandatory vaccine passports. And I don't know if that's a good idea necessarily, especially if there's some people out there who don't want to take a vaccine for personal reasons whatsoever. So it may alienate them, so to speak. But who knows? Who knows?
I will see.
Listen.
I mean, it's still several
We'll
months
see.
away. So
We'll see.
you will see.
Yeah. So I'm going to upload this video on Critical Beauty Salon, and I'm going to tag you once it's ready. And I will talk to you later. Okay?
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, darling.
You too, babes. Thank you, everybody. Bye.